All right, good afternoon, charter members. Today we're going to have a little special tip for you guys on how to get out of the bunkers here today. I have my good friend Jim Wanless here who's going to assist me on kind of showing you what we should be doing to become successful at hitting out of these bunkers. Because we have a couple variables out here at Coral Mountain Golf Club. There's going to be some spots that are very firm here, and then we're going to get in some situations where it's very soft, where we're going to need a different kind of club. As you guys can see, Austin, if you can zoom in here, I have 4 wedges in my hand here. I have your 60, your 58, your 56, and 52. And you might be wondering why I carry 4 wedges in my bag. Because it all depends on the type of course I'm playing and the type of sand. It's going to make a huge difference on the kind of club I'm going to be carrying in my bag. Here at Coral Mountain, I know we have pretty firm sand. Kevin and his crew have done a good job of adding sand over the summer, but there's still some times we do get firm lies here. So I would use probably my 60 degree with a higher lip that we have here because it has less bounce as well. So with a bounce on a club, it's very important to understand that bounce is the leading edge down below here underneath the club. So again, it's the steepness of this part of the club. On my 60 degree, I have a 10 degree bounce, which is still a little too high for me. I usually like about an 8 to even sometimes a 4, depending where I'm at here. I carry a 58 because that has more of a bounce. That has about a 14 degree, a little higher thickness to the back of it, which will allow me to hit the ball up in the air faster if the sand is fluffier. I wouldn't be digging as much. So again, I look forward to doing these little tips for you guys, and today we are going to cover on some basic techniques on what we need to do to get out of the sand. Jim?
Yes, Angel.
How often do you end up in the bunker, you think?
Often. Almost
right.
Constantly.
So exactly. I mean, obviously we don't want to end up in here, but a lot of us do, and it happens too often. So our goal today, Jim, is to give you some quick tips on how to be successful getting out of here. So I'm going to have you hit a 60 degree. The reason why I'm going to have him hit a 60 degree, again, like I discussed, it's got the least amount of bounce out of these wedges here. Plus, it's got the most loft. And if Austin, if you can kind of get down below here and kind of show the crowd, this is pretty steep angle we got to go straight up on. So we want a lot of loft on that club. As you look at this 60 degree, we want to get underneath that ball and shoot it straight up in the air right away. Ultimately, our goal, Jim, here is to get it out, number one, okay? And then give us a chance on the putting surface. So let's go ahead and have you set up, and I'm going to watch you hit a few shots here.
Angel, I find that the best way for me to get out of a bunker is to pick the ball up and to throw it.
So, absolutely. That's a great way to do it, Jim. But if we're going to do that, let's work on your throwing technique as well while we're out here. Because the mechanics there aren't quite what we're looking for if we're going to make the NFL roster this coming season. All right, that's a pretty good shot right there, Jim. That was awesome. We did what we wanted to. We got out of the sand exactly. That was our number 1 goal, to get out of the sand. But number 2 here, we wanted to keep it on the green. That was our second goal. 1, out of the bunker. 2, keep it somewhere on the green to give ourselves a putt to save par. So that came up pretty low, right, Jim?
Yes, it did.
Probably went off to the back of the green and even over the green. So we're going to change your technique a little bit here. So let's work on raking the sand here a little bit, kind of just to soften it up for a second here, and then we'll get to the firm area and discuss that. Go ahead. What I would like for you to do, Jim, is go ahead and widen your base a little bit, okay? There you go, good. And now when you're practicing, I welcome that you actually ground your club as you're practicing, okay? And what I want you to see here is you zoom in on Jim's club face here. He tends to set it pretty square, okay? So I know Jim, his club tends to get really shut as he takes it back, and as he brings it down, not much loft on that club face. So Jim, I know for a fact right there, if you just continue with your natural setup, we're gonna have a hard time creating loft on this. So what would have to occur for you to get the ball up in the air to create a little more loft on that club face?
I'm going to have to swing further out and down further.
Yes, but let's go ahead and just change the technique of setup right away. Relax your hands. There you go. We're going to open up the face.
Okay.
There you go. And now if you can see from here, this club face is pointing right of our target. So that tells me, Jim, that you're gonna have to adjust your stance in this direction to match. There you go. It squares it up as we open up the club face. There you go. Good. So what we're gonna do here, Jim, I want Jim basically here to create leverage right away. Okay. So he's gonna hinge the wrist here. He's gonna hinge the wrist straight up. Okay. Up. And he's gonna feel like he's sliding that club through the sand. So without the ball right now, let's go ahead and open up the club face completely. There you go. And I want you to vertically create a lot of hinge right away here. There you go. And then swing it. This is the one time I want you to kind of cup through.
Okay.
So vertical. Okay, good. He stuck it a little bit. Let's do that again now. Okay. As you can see, he's digging a trench here, which Kevin would love to have him on the crew here next week as we dig some more trenches out on the course. The reason why that's occurring is because he's just lifting, which I asked him to do, and then he's sticking. But you notice that my body is not pivoting, meaning rotating towards my target. So as I get here, I lift the club vertically, I pivot. I'm not going to be digging as much of a hole. So again, Jim, good job on the lifting of the club right away vertically. Now I just need you to get the club vertically like you are right now, and then rotate the body. There you go, good. There you go, good. See how we don't dig now? That's because of the body rotation. The moment our big muscles or our whole anatomy gets stagnant, our hands will take over and release too early and dig too early. See that? Mm-hmm. But the moment I start rotating, I'll have a better chance of hitting a good shot. There you go, good. So let's go ahead. I really need you to get comfortable with this club face wide open though. Go ahead. There you go, good. Now again, open up the club face, go vertical, straight vertical, and then pivot down with the body. Look at that. Awesome job.
Much better, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now folks, if you believe that I paid him for those kind of first couple shots in the beginning of the video, you're right. He is that good. So let's go ahead and do that again. So let's repeat the step here, Jim. We go vertically right away, okay? And then we hinge and pivot. Go ahead. Look at that. All day long. Good job, sir.
Am I Angel ready now for the pro tour?
You're semi-pro right now, so we're gonna get there though. 3,000 more shots like this, we're gonna have a really good chance of being successful on tour. Okay. Good. That's gonna happen time to time, and this is Jim for him to understand what we just talked about, what went wrong there. Club dug way behind the ball, right, Jim?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So you're starting to go back to what's comfortable to you. You're starting to square up the club face here like this, as opposed to allowing the club face to be a little more open. See that? So again, I want that club face open. If you hold it up in front of you like this, this is how the club face should lay on the ground. You get back to your comfort level and square it up. Again, our whole goal is to pop this up in the air. There you go, go vertical. There you go, but accelerate for me.
Okay.
All right. And I don't want you reaching so much, okay? We don't have to be out here. We can get comfortable and kind of be almost over the ball. Create that vertical lift with the shaft. And then thump it underneath that ball with body rotation. Look at that.
I think that's a hole-in-one.
I think that takes me to the next level with you. All right, members. So if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to stop in the golf shop and just ask me simple questions about your golf game. I know you guys have been reaching out to get lessons. I've been pretty busy as well. But again, do not hesitate to talk to me in the golf shop or when you see me around the facility and ask questions about the game. Again, quick recap with me on this whole thing with a bunker play. Real simple. Make sure we create a lot of open loft on that club face. Number 2, we're gonna lift the club vertically as quick as we can, okay? And then once we get there, we're gonna hang back and let our hands swing through as our body pivots as well. So I'll demonstrate here. I'm gonna open up my stance a little bit, get the club vertically, swing underneath. And we should be able to hit nice shots like that every time. Thank you, and have a great day.